Hi guys. If you're watching this video, you possibly are the next leader of our next meeting. So you could be labeled as the coming meeting leader or the next meeting leader. Those are now on the website, so you can check to see when you are one of those. If you're in one of those positions, you have extra abilities that you can do on the website. So I'm going to show you what you want to do, how you want to do it, and what you're setting up. So the first thing is you want to log into your account. And once you're logged in, you want to uh, remember what you could do, or what you need to do is go to the group page. Q Talk will be listed there as long as you're logged in. If you're not logged in, um, then you are unable to see our group. So here's our group. Click on it. And now you're in our page, which I think most of you have been here. But I'm going to quickly talk through some of the things that are on here that you can use or not. Um, so if you look at this page, um, you'll notice here that right now there is no current study here. That's because we have passed our meeting date last Thursday, and so the sermon gets taken down and everything kind of advances. So here is kind of showing you. Obviously, here was our meeting last, and today is Saturday when I'm recording this. So we're in preparation for the 27th. And if you come down here, nothing's really filling in here quite yet because nothing has happened. But here's where you want to look. So the group leadership for this coming week will be Craig Roberts. He is labeled as the meeting leader. Craig Campbell is labeled as the next meeting leader. And it's important to know these two people. So when you come down here, you're going to see, and if you haven't seen this, you should look at this. This shows your assigned week for being a leader. And I said this in the email going out to you. If this if this date for Bruce doesn't work for him, he needs to let us know and see if he could change with Johnny or maybe Kurt and switch it so that you are not missing the week you're leading, obviously. So this gives you a heads up as to when you are speaking. If you know in advance that you're not going to make it, you need to arrange for a switch. And that's basically, you got to let me know that and I'll make the switch. But as far as, something that comes up right at the last moment, obviously that could happen, but just let us know. Probably I will fill in for those that can't make it or whatever. So again, going back to here. So now we're gonna kind of example as Craig Roberts. So Craig is the next person. Now he has a couple of options he can do here. First off, he can look at the past sermons. So if you go here, this is going to give you a list of all the sermons that we have used in Q Talk. So if you're ever wondering if we've used a particular sermon of some sort, you can go to this list and look at who we've actually done. I believe it is, yeah, it looks like it's pretty much in the order that we used them. So this was the last sermon. Tony Evans was 2 weeks ago. Dave Drabecky was 4 weeks ago. So you can look at that. So that's the past sermons. Now, what Craig can do here is he wants to assign a sermon. So the thing you want to ask yourself on the assigned sermon is, Do you have a sermon ready to go? Have you found one? And there are a couple things you can do here. So if you wanted to, you can go on this list here. There's a ton of sermons now. I've added several, other people have added some. And you can pick whichever one you want. As an example, this one has not been used. So you could use this particular one if you want to, or not. The other way to go about it is you can go online, go to YouTube and do a search, look for a particular sermon you want to do or a church. And once you find that sermon that you want to use, all you got to do is grab the YouTube URL or the address, go back to Sermon Connect, and you want to add a sermon. And I got this disclaimer, so just agree with it. Your life is gone, but that's okay. And so you click that. Now, all you got to do here is add the URL. So I'm gonna, well, I didn't get it. Let's try that again. And we're gonna copy and paste. Why am I not getting that? Let's see if I needed the full. There we go. So there's just the URL. The next thing you do is you say analyze, have the AI analyze the sermon. And all you got to do is sit here and watch the AI do all the work. And it's going to fill in everything from the YouTube web page, grab the church, the speaker, the title, and all that. So now the AI has done it. You can see here, here's the thumbnail they must have used for it. Here's the title. There's description. So it shows the church, who the pastor is, shows the series, all this. So this is all grabbed, okay? This has all been done by the AI. You're not doing anything. It takes categories, it's everything. So now we're at the point of this is going to be something you can go with. And here's something to remember to do. The AI has generated 7 questions, and you have the ability to keep these questions or not. So, as an example, if you were to read through these questions, hopefully you've watched the sermon, so you know if these questions are legitimate or good questions. You can select the questions that you want to keep. Okay, and so I'm just gonna do. Let's change the challenge question. So I have indicated I want the first 6, and I'm going to regenerate the question. Now, the AI is now going to do a new challenge question because we weren't happy with it. So it's going through the motions and going through creating a new challenge question. I don't know, maybe it's going through and rereading the sermon transcripts and figuring out what would be a good one. So you can make the changes to any of these questions as many times as you want. So here's the new one that they created. And let's just go ahead and I think there's a select all. So there's a collect, and then you want to do our button down here at the bottom, save the sermon. So once the sermon is saved, it's now on SermonConnect. So if you go back here, here it is now there. So now let's say that this is what Craig is going to decide on using for our next talk. You go back into here, and all you got to do is find the particular one, which is right here. And he would click on that, and it would set it up as the next sermon with the study questions, with all the information there. So all you got to do is come to you'll get your email. Hopefully it'll be correct. I know last week it came out wrong. I think I've fixed that, and that shouldn't be a problem this time. So once you assign it, everybody gets an email. And then there's a second email that's sent out a day before our next meeting. So that's automatic. You don't have to do anything, and you can go ahead with that. There is also an email reminder. So say if you do want to um, send another email reminder out, you have that ability. All you have to do is click this button and it does it. Okay. So that's basically it. Once Craig has assigned a sermon there, everything is in motion, and he's basically now ready to lead it in any way he wants. You do have the ability, you can see here, John sent a message to us the week he led, and you can put some discussion stuff here if you want. I don't know if you all noticed this. There's also a prayer request section. If you wanted to put something there, you're more than welcome to do that. All right, the last thing I want to show you is right here, resources. This video that I'm creating, I'm going to place it right here. So when it's your week to lead, you can watch this video at any time and go through it and understand what you have to do to lead and assign a sermon. Okay. So I will upload that after this video is completed. You can watch it again when it's your week and your turn to do it. So Craig Roberts is up next, and Craig Campbell will be the following. Craig Campbell can now add sermons and kind of prepare himself for the sermon he's going to lead on. So he can upload them now, and get it ready. He can't assign it yet because right now we're in Craig Roberts's week. So that's kind of that. So watch for that to happen. Johnny's next, Joe, then Bruce, Jimmy, and then Kurt. So it goes like that, and then it comes back to me. So this is kind of going to rotate. Again, I want to get you guys involved and have some fun with leading it in your own style and own way. So have fun with it. If you have any questions, let me know. But I think I've answered all of them. So have a great day, and we'll see you on the next Q Talk. All right. See you guys. Bye.